Hello. It's a lovely day today, energetically, really amazing, beautiful energy. And it's a hugely powerful day in the Mayan calendar as well. Today is Thursday, the 11th of March 2021, and we've got the sun in Pisces, and we've got the moon just at that bridge point of going from the anaretic degree, which is the magical soul degree in Aquarius, into 0 degrees in Pisces, just as I'm making this video. So just notice how you're feeling today, because Pisces is all about the feelings. And as we move from moon in Aquarius, so that energy is really about not being overtaken by emotion, so old story. We go into really feeling all our sensitivity if we allow it, or trying to block it using coping mechanisms of the ego. So today is a very special day for me too, because it's my Mayan birthday, blue solar hand, and we have this galactic birthday every 260 days, so it's different to our regular birthday. And at this time, it's a really key time to tune into our dreams, see what's coming up, see what's happening in the outer world that's revealing our storyline, ready to be created in a different way now. And that's the key to today, really looking at what's happened over the past 9 days of this very powerful wave spell, blue storm wave spell. And of course, this is the year that we're in at the moment. Blue lunar storm though. And so this is all about seeing where we are in terms of our emotional sat nav, as to whether we can stay within our centre, whether our Aquarius logic, so Spock, if you think of Spock in Star Trek, you know, where he's always saying it's not logical, this is human emotion. So it's remembering that often if we're coming from an old storyline today, we are acting in a distorted way, and we're still holding that energy, we're still holding that emotion. It is literally like a magic spell. And so once it gets triggered and it starts to come up, and the genie starts to come out of the bottle, then the old storyline runs, regardless of who the new players are today. So here we are. And blue hand is the magical mystic. Here it's the 7th sign in the 20 signs. So number 7 is the top of the pyramid, it's what's resonating. And in the terms of blue hand, it's learning ways to heal in order to shape our destiny. So to heal our emotional mind and our past trauma, so we can become clear and a clear sign. And also, this is so key because today is one of the 13 clear signs. So my individual storyline is very key to the wider picture of humanity around my family ancestry and what created my personal story and what created my passion for learning about healing modalities, and in particular emotional freedom technique, which is the most amazing energy therapy that we can use to become emotionally free and turn everything around in a really magical way. It's not a quick fix, however, it does create radical change very quickly compared to conventional therapies. So check it out on the internet. There's loads out there. And if you'd like to know more about how to use it with me in an energy coaching framework using cosmic code, which really enhances how it's used, then please do get in touch. My website will be shown below, flowwithjo.com. So, Blue Hand, what's a planet? It's planet Earth. And Blue Hand is part of a tribe. So each Mayan sign has 3 other tribal members. And that particular tribe all works together to create something in particular on the planet. And in this particular case, it's about mining new pathways. It's about creating new pathways. So the easiest way for you to look at what's happening for you right now is to see where you've been emotionally triggered, where there's an old storyline playing out, and how it makes you feel. As I said before, and I'm just going to read this to you, the moon in Capricorn, which is the age that we're now entering into, depending on who you speak to and their belief system. Aquarius is very much about how we become solution focused. So we recognize, we take personal responsibility for our story. We didn't create it on our own. We're now at a choice point around what to do with it, and whether we carry on down the same route and experiencing the same things, because I offer you, that's how this holograph works. We're in a giant mystery school. So we're here to learn key lessons on a personal lesson and then learn solutions from that. Instead of staying stuck in the drama, this is really key. And at the same time, it's not about avoiding the emotion either. It's not about figuring everything out with your head. It's about understanding how certain events have created meaning about the world for you. And so you created them, albeit with other people, these meanings, in order to make sense of your experience. And often they're really limiting you in some way. They're keeping you in that old storyline. So learning the magic formula is really key to set yourself free. So learning about your cosmic codes, learning about what happened to you, why it happened to you, your family dynamic, your family story, and this is mind-blowing stuff. And then using emotional freedom technique in a very specific way to clear this storyline, start creating new behaviours, and see the magic of how your world changes, how you start to see the world differently, and how you start to live a more magical life. Aquarius 29. In astrology, this is known as the anaretic degree, so it's like the soul shift. And today, and all this week, in fact, is a huge shifting of perspective. So we can recognize all these karma stories. We can recognize how we keep going down the same route because we haven't healed something and we keep doing the same behaviors, hoping that they'll change, which they won't, because that's not how it works. And so when you start to learn new tools to empower yourself and to heal, then you start to recognize you don't know what you don't know. As you start to heal and as you start to clear, you start to become aware of something new. And I offer you, this is exactly what we're here for. So if you have any 29 degrees in your natal chart as well, this is very key for you, because this is a place to look at where you can really experience a powerful shift because you've spent many lifetimes doing this. So, Aquarius 29, the sound of dripping water echoes through a great stone room. The most unusual and distinctive of inward conditions, you are held within a mode of awareness that is from another time and place altogether. You have nothing to say and nothing to do. There is no power of individual life force. Instead, you see as the ancient ones see. Utter unworldliness to a point of disassociation from surface experience. A part of the mind transported by a reverie of timeless, effortless realization. Everything is clear. The subtlest, most refined things are obvious. It's all a matter of perspective, and here the perspective is that the only thing that matters is how the inward resonant echo registers. Okay, so see how that matches up with EFT and what I've just been saying, and where it leads you in choiceless awareness in communion with the gods. As always, this is from a channeled works called Inside Degrees, and the website is aquaorfire.net, and I'll post a link underneath. This also fits in very much to this card for today, which is the Ace of Cups. So I don't know about you, but I've had a few challenges this week going into certain environments and noticing what my response is. And this is really key, you know, it's what we're here for. We're here to go out on the land and explore and interact with people, because this is all necessary for the alchemist who is making this awareness, first of all, and then, you know, seeing what's going on out in that holograph around how that personally interacts for you as the fool that is out there, seeing what's resonating, seeing what doesn't feel good, seeing what's triggering emotions, anger, for example, the shadow story, most importantly, of what happened to us when we were in childhood. And I offer you that this is, as it shows here, the Holy Grail, and that this is what we're here to work with. This is our prima materia as alchemists, in order to understand how that happened, how that wounded us, and most importantly, which is something that you don't just do with your mind, is to heal it in your heart and to let it go, so that that storyline is no longer running your storyline on a day-to-day basis. Because as it's stored in the amygdala, in the brain, any trauma, any stress is stored there, then using emotional freedom technique helps unlock that and release it, so it's no longer in there. It doesn't mean that you lose any learning, quite the opposite. It means that you're not working from a trauma response. And so you start to become more confident about life. You know that you've got a tool you can use, and you know that everything that's coming into your circle is potentially amazing transformation. So this is what I love about sharing emotional freedom technique. I love sharing astrology, and I love sharing cosmology and all the patterns, etc. And emotional freedom technique is a difference that makes a difference. So that's the magical formula. If you haven't tried it yet, try it, because the more people that start to take responsibility for their own experience in the world and learn how to change that dynamic in a really empowering way, the more we all benefit, because the world changes. And again, this is the Aquarius energy that's coming in. So just to read you a little bit about this, as always, elitarotstrikingly.com is the website. Amazing amount of information on there that he puts. And so basically, this is key to what it is to be in blue solar hand energy. So I'm just going to pick out snapshots here. It says in the period of 1 year, you will experience emotional integrity, equal balance in self-nurturing and the nurturing of others. Trust that can be experienced in relationships with water sign people in your life, so Pisces, Scorpios, and Cancerians. It's the quality of the Magus, number 1, the Magician, the archetype of communication, and it's the aspect of being able to control feelings from a place of emotional integrity and trust rather than from a place of control. So we can really see what's happening on planet Earth right now, because there is a storyline running that is very true for many people, the majority of people, I would say. And it's coming from a place of fear. It's coming from individual stories over a long period of time. And so that energy is not coming from a place of emotional integrity and trust. It's coming from a place of control. So whenever that energy is running, we can see that often there's a projection going on. Somebody's projecting the story out there onto anybody that matches their past storyline. So maybe you've been experiencing that this week. Maybe you don't understand why people have been acting in a certain way to you. You might have been puzzled, you might have been angry. And this is what I offer you. The more that you actually see this as an amazing magical thread through to somewhere else for you personally. So remember, the more that you clear yourself and come into a place of integrity, your storyline will naturally change, because you are an evolving person. You're taking responsibility for yourself. You're coming into emotional intelligence. It's a maturation process. And that's what the Mayan calendar is designed for, is to show the whole matrix for what's coming up each day. And if you're ready to, you can use it in that way, and you can also go deeper, so you can plan out your complete storyline. So, for example, for me today, I am in the storyline of when I was born, and also when I became a Mayan elder. So it repeats every 52 years on your actual birthday. It matches up in that way. And so this for me is when I was 51, 4 years ago. Sorry, 52. What am I saying? 52, 3 years ago. And I won't experience this again. Nobody experiences this again for another 52 years from that point. So if I make it to be 104, then I will experience it again. So maybe I will. Who knows? Anything is possible, I believe, if we choose to align with truth and to really focus on that energy now of so many distortions that we've been running on this planet for such a long time, thousands of years, and so out of alignment with many natural cycles, out of alignment with nature, overriding the divine plan in some ways. And we can see just exactly where that has gone out of control, and often in a very unhealthy way that hurts human beings and hurts everything else on the planet as well. So I believe this is a tipping point now, and each one of us is a tipping point. So that's the key focus, is to really look at ourselves, learn how to do this work and learn how to shape our reality. So we're making and remaking ourselves over and over again. And the more you tap EFT, the more you clear your fear story and the more magical life you can live. So even though there's a lot of very intense stuff happening on the planet right now, it is for our evolution. It is in the divine plan. It is a way of getting back to the garden, as it were. Lots of people have been really experiencing that over the past 12 months, where we've had this huge pattern interrupt. And there's some really, really amazing, wonderful things that have come out of this for all of us. And there's also some key revelations. So tomorrow, here we go. As you can see, we're on a portal day. And so tomorrow is really key for Akashic record. So yellow star, manifestation, being the star that we really are, rather than who our ego thinks we are. And then on Saturday, which is a new moon in Pisces, that is a letting go day. So that happens around 10:20 in the morning in the UK. And so just seeing what you need to let go of on that day. And this is red spectral moon. So what do we need to let go of around authenticity, being the beacon of light, old storyline, who can we not be authentic with, who can we not be our true self with, where is that going on? And that is key to shift right now. So working with this in a very, very practical way. Also, this is so key to what's happening on the 29th of March and how, again, we're going to be going in then to the centre here with, as you can see, we've got 10 portals going in, then we're in the middle in blue monkey, and then we're going out with yellow seed, the star seed, free of the mask, as in the coping mechanism ego mask that I'm talking about. Who knows whether we'll be free of the mask on the planet? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? So I have a very dynamic program beginning on the 29th of March. I've still got some spaces. It's only a very small group because of the depth of the work that I will have to do to give you the information, so the cosmic code and the key. And also this will include coaching sessions as well. So it doesn't matter if you don't have any knowledge of astrology, if you don't have any knowledge of EFT, I will show you how you can find the secrets for yourself, the answers for yourself, and start learning to do this process for yourself as well. And so please do get in touch with me. I have put a link underneath and I will be doing a dedicated video around this energy as well. So watch out for that. That will be coming soon. I'm just waiting for that new moon energy to come so that we can really connect to our dream. Today, astrologically, is a yearly event. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's going on this week. Okay, so today we have got a yearly phenomena, which is the sun is conjunct Neptune. And so it's at 20 degrees Pisces, depending on where this is in your chart. And I know for me, it's in my first house and it's conjunct my Saturn in Pisces. So again, this is so key to me really doing what it takes to get the boundaries, get the framework in place, and get clear of my story as much as I possibly can at this time so that I can create the dream. And my dream has always been to share emotional freedom technique with as many people as I can because it's life changing. It's been life changing for me and everybody that I've worked with. It's the most amazing, empowering tool. And that also fits in with today's Mayan card, which is the moon goddess Ixchel. Now we're in her 13-year cycle right now. All our empowerment issues coming up to be healed. We've also got the goddess card, Brigid, communication. And of course, she's coming up in a big way with the solar wheel. It's time to light your fire. Nearly. Okay, so back to today. So the sun is highlighting our soul journey with Neptune. Neptune is this amazing energy of esoteric wisdom that's in us on a DNA level. It's all in there waiting to be activated, and it activates more and more the more that we heal, because part of that structure is not doing the old wounding story, to embody our spirit and to bring this new energy in, to bring this new earth in. So on a very practical level, you know, it's not something fluffy. It's something that's really, really key to be done on a personal level. And this, I believe, my own personal experience is how it is done. So it's the sun is our personality. It's a construct that we have made over our lifetime. And of course, as I've said earlier, as we have constructed it, so we can deconstruct it once we learn how to do that. And so it's a maturation process. For me, it's what works, what creates love and joy, what creates loving relationship, what creates connection to the land, Earth, planet Earth, so that we live in an amazing, beautiful planet. And we don't actually need anything apart from, as in, we don't need to get high. We just need to be with nature and to go back to our childhood innocence through healing, so that we let go of all these other apps that somehow people seem to think that we need in order to feel fulfilled in life. So I offer you, it's what we need to let go of that allows us to feel fulfilled in life. So Neptune is a possibility to leave this old story behind and to really get in touch with your potentiality, your blue hand, your avatar, and what you came here for, you know, to really go for it, to go for it. And your wildest dream, your passion, that's why we're here, isn't it? So sometimes things will be happening with Blue Storm. So Blue Storm is the chaos, it's Pluto, it's the storm story, it's the catalytic converter that shows us where we've still got energy around old story, where we are starting to realize who we want to be around, what we want to be around, how we want to create, how we want to relate. And that's the next 52-day cycle that's coming up, is huge for that. So with the new moon in Pisces, we've got that at 23 degrees. So this is also Conjunct, so this means very close, so it's like a power team coming together. Conjunct Venus and Neptune. So magic really can happen at this time. And what do you want to create? So the ideal time is, we're just coming up to dark moon time. At the new moon, you may do a meditation, for example, tune in, do a shamanic journey, go on a dream quest, create a vision board. But it's really sort of an inner journey around themes. So again, another way to look at this, what normally happens to you at this time? It's a gateway time, it's a purification time, time to detox. Spring is on its way, not many days now until we go into Aries and launch that fire. So it's a great time to go within, go into your heart, see how you feel, and decide, despite anything else that's going on with anyone else or what's going on the planet, decide what it is that you're passionate about and that you want to create. So that's the key at this time. So we've only got until March the 20th, and the equinox begins then. And again, on that day, we'll be going into yellow overtone warrior. And so we're seeing 5 years ago what we were doing back then. We're now coming to mastery of that, what was initiated back then. So for me, I was doing a retreat in Glastonbury. People were allowed to meet at that time. And we did have an amazing weekend, even though I think we had every type of weather in the UK, which is very common. But yeah, it was a really, really magical day. So I won't be doing that sort of event this year because I'm going to be focusing on 52 codes. So very different experience for me. And what will you be doing? Please do get in touch if you feel that you want to really align now and you want to have some tools that are tried and tested and create amazing results. You have all the answers for yourself. It's simply refining the mechanisms, the process for you to really start to shine your light and live your dream. So I hope you have an amazing new moon in Pisces and lots of love to you at this time. See you soon. Bye for now.